I always feel like the Last Supper, I feel like Holy Thursday night, in that moment.
Yeah.
I think about Jesus there. And the great gift of the Mass, of course, is that we're present there. One of our great truths is the Last Supper is the cross, is the Mass. We know that Jesus gave us the Mass through the apostles, through the priests. He gave us the Mass so that we could have access to the cross, so that we could have access to that saving sacrifice that he offers us.
Yeah.
And we believe that his sacrifice is a real one. It's the one perfect sacrifice offered once and for all. One of the things that sometimes I enjoy doing is going back through the Old Testament to kind of look through some of those different sacrifices, how they were offered and what was involved. And there was always a priest, a victim, and the altar.
Yes.
The priest is the one who offers sacrifice. The victim, who or what would be offered. In this case, Jesus offers himself. We say he is the priest and the victim.
Yes.
He offers himself on the altar of the cross. But the Mass really is our invitation into that moment. It's the moment where, for once and for all, the problem of sin is overcome. Jesus throws open the gates of heaven. He offers us forgiveness from that cross, draws us along the lines of his love along the way to the kingdom. I also think about John chapter 6, one of our famous Bible passages about the Eucharist. And
my favorite for sure.
that's where Jesus is really so clear about the body and the blood is truly there in the Eucharist. He says that he is the bread that has come down from heaven. The bread he will give, he says, is my flesh for the life of the world. My flesh is true food, my blood is true drink. If you do not eat my flesh and drink my blood, you will not have life within you. And I think one of the most powerful parts of that gospel passage is where a lot of people walk away. They understand what Jesus is saying, that it really is his body and blood. And it's hard for them to accept. They can't take it. And one of my favorite parts about that passage is that Jesus doesn't chase after them. He doesn't say, you misunderstood me. He doesn't say, I was speaking symbolically. He doesn't say, let me rephrase it or let me make it easier for you. He lets them go. He lets them freely go. And then he turns to the apostles and he says, how about you?
Yeah.
Do you also want to leave?
Yeah.
And of course, St. Peter has this great moment of faith where he
I love
says,
his response. I mean, it's just, to whom shall we go? You have the words of everlasting life. But I love what he doesn't say. Like, he doesn't say, I get it. I understand completely. He's also saying, I'm not quite sure all the concepts, everything that I saw, but I know you, and you have shown me truth and life and love.